don't know if it was giving me sound, man. This shit keeps tripping. It won't let me have I can't say nothing. It's just quiet. It won't let me record anything, man. Oh my gosh, now it works. Anyways, man, again, bro, man, hey, I put curses on YouTube, man. This is the fifth time I have to restart this live stream because it won't give me any fucking value, man. Every time I start a live stream, it's just got me talking, but you can't hear anything, and I got all the volume up on everything. Fucking devils, man. But anyways, man, hey, I'll start all over again. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching His word in all sincerity and in truth. All right? Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000. All right? And the rest of the elect out there. And shalom to all the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right? No matter what you may look like. Hey, if your spirit is knit with this gospel and with this truth, and you're continuously calling upon the names of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and all truth and sincerity, hey, you're more than likely of the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, hey, and Lord willing, of the elect, man. All right, I'm the brother Dama Gabar. All right, here with another live lesson to come out here on the highways and the byways and to prophesy the gospel of the kingdom to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And Salakia, I ain't out here late, man. Every time I try to do these live streams, it keeps having no volume, just like last week. I had to restart the stream like 5 fucking times, man. But anyways, hey, the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, this time is working. But the hell with fucking Esau and the hell with his world, man. See, because Esau, he don't want this truth coming out, man. You know, and we know 2026, man, hey, this devil's about to go into overdrive to try to frustrate the tokens, you know, and frustrate us all, man. All right, and this first 30 minutes I was here was frustrating as hell, man. But it is what it is, you know, hey, this word's still going to go out, and we still going to curse this damn devil, man. So it don't matter at the end of the day. But anyways, hey, as brothers know, hey, it's 2026, and all type of hell is getting ready to take place here in Babylon the Great. You know, when you look out in prophecy, man, you see the price of silver. Now you got Trump talking about he's locked and loaded. He's ready to go into Iran if they start executing or putting to death those so-called protesters, which we know the tiny tops in America are involved in that whole debasing of the currency over there in Iran. And we know that they're notorious for, bringing in economic hitmen, bringing in, starting protests and destabilizing a bunch of countries, man. You know, what else? The situation with Russia and Venezuela is still ongoing. Now you got Europe talking about going to war with Russia. You know, like I said, the price of silver is ridiculous. The price of gold is going up. The dollar is further devaluating. These American people are continuously catching pure and holy hell, man. Hey, so hey, all hell is getting ready to break loose here in Babylon the Great, man. And the water Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for that, man. Because it ultimately is signifying, hey, we're that much more closer to our salvation, and we're that much more closer for these last few prophecies to come to pass, man. Which is what? The implantable micro C-hip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, this third world's war and Jacob's trouble. Hey, and as of right now, you just had Trump administration say they're getting ready to bring in this 6G, bring in 6G. And if you understand anything about what 6G entails, man, it's all green lit for them to bring this digital beast system, man. You know, this is why they've been allowing artificial intelligence to go unhindered, unchecked, because, you know, they know that this AI technology can't really go full force until they bring in this 6G technology, which they just greenlit, which is going to what? Bring this mark of the beast, man. It's going to bring more of this digital, everything going more digital, you know, the stage being set for cashless societies, and ultimately these devils getting ready to bring in this technocracy that they've been salivating and chomping at the bit to bring in. So 2026 is about to be one hell of a year, man. Lord willing, man. Hey, we're hoping and praying that Esau stops bullshit and stop dragging his feet and just come on with it already, man. Look, you already know time is against you. You already know what your end is going to be. Just grab your nuts and just come on with it already, man. You know? And at the same time, too, you know, Elder Apostle Tahar just labeled this year, 2026, the year of apostates, sellouts, and agents, man. So, hey, that right there is going to be a major, we're going to see a lot of that taking place more and more starting this year as things get closer to the edge, closer to the end. And I just saw that ex-dude of Boston. It show you that, hey, this year has been appropriately labeled. You just had that asshole, one of the ex-Boston dudes, he just went, was on the beach getting baptized by a goddamn Christian. Talking about he was lost and now he wants to get baptized so he can be found. So he left the truth and went back to Christianity, man. So that's the proverb, the dog returned to his own vomit, man. Hey, man, so it's all type of things are getting ready to take place 2026. And it's not going to be for the better, man. Hey, this is going to be a year of heavy war, evil times, famine, death, destruction. And I got an article I want to read. They're telling you what 2026 all entails, man. Hey, so we're definitely living in some very beautiful times, but at the same time, it's very serious times, man. Hey, I think this year, it's going to be a year where we're all going to be heavily tested this year, man. We know the ultimate test is going to be the MOTB, but there's going to be a lot more other tests we're going to have to face. Like I said, you're going to have more apostates, more bug outs, more doctrines of devils, man. More massive layoffs, more carnal hardships, man. That's going to, test a lot of our faith, man. But that's why you got to continually stay prayed up, man, and continue to stay in this fight and pray that the Most High don't take away from you His Holy Spirit or put a reprobate spirit on you, man. When I saw that dude from Boston at the beach with that fucking Christian getting baptized, man, hey, at the same time, it was funny, but at the same time, hey, it was very scary, man. And that guy was a high-ranking member in Great Millstone, man. He was out there for years on the front lines doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Until all of a sudden, just flip a 180 and put it on camera, going back to Jesus Christ, man. Hey, that's very, very scary, man. And that shows you that, hey, none of us are exempt from the Most High just snatching away His Holy Spirit from us and putting us in that reprobate spirit to return back to your own vomit, man. And we know what the end of that guy is going to be. That guy's through. He's cooked. But hey, the Lord is just showing us, man, just how precious this truth really is, man. And not to take it for granted. And to, like I said, you got to continue to pray every day, man, that the Lord don't bug you out, man. Because He could easily have any one of us on camera getting baptized by a damn Christian, going back to Jesus Christ and leaving this truth, man. You see? Well, hey, so 2026 is going to be a heavy year, man. So we all going to have to buckle up and, hey, it's going to be a rough ride, but hey, the Most High, if we're part of the elect, He's going to make a way for us to make it through all of this shit, man. All right, no matter what we're personally going through, hey, you just got to keep persevering, keep pushing, and hey, stay prayed up, man, because hey, 2026 is going to be one hell of a year, man. It's going to be a year of a major prophecy unfolded. Like I said, with that whole 6G thing, hey, man, that's heavy right there, man, because that shows you that these devils are getting ready to bring this MOTV. He's getting ready to crash this economy. You see the price of silver, the price of gold. Like I said, hey, man, these devils getting ready to pull it, man. All right, hey, and 2026 just might be the year. So, hey, man, we all got to stay dialed in and really understand that the Lord's about to turn up the volume here in Babylon the Great in these last days, man. But anyways, let me get this precept, and I want to read this article because it's heavy. All right, so let me start here in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." You see? And that's what the Spirit of the Lord is. The Spirit of Yahushua is about prophecy, man. And that's one of the main things that when you go on Google, or if you go on AI and you ask them what is Great Millstone really about, it talks about how they're very strictly keen on prophecy, man. Because that's ultimately what it's really all about out here. That's the job of a prophet, to come out here and to tell you what's going to happen before it happens, to give you warning, to blow the trumpet, to let our people know the times that we're in, man. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, we're not in the time of love and peace and happiness and love and peace and security and being comfortable, man. And we're in the times of being very uncomfortable because, hey, look at the state of this world. Look at the state of America. It's very uncomfortable, man. Like I said, it's massive layoff. Motherfuckers getting fired right before Christmas. I think the biggest Anheuser-Busch warehouse here in California just shut down right before Christmas, man. And that place was here for over 50 years. Hey, and you want to know how really bad it's getting in California? The owner of In-N-Out is packing up and moving the hell out of California and taking the headquarters of In-N-Out to Tennessee, man. You know, and you just had one of their over there in Oakland, you had one of their businesses had to shut down because of what? Violence and crime, man. And even the owner of In-N-Out, who's a multi-billionaire, said, you know, basically living in California, it's hard to raise a family in California. Shit, it's hard to raise a family anywhere in America, but especially here in California, man. The taxes are ridiculous. Everything is overly expensive, man. So that just shows you the state of America, man. You know, the state of America is not doing so well, and it's only getting worse and worse day by day, man. And especially when these prophecies really start to jump all on this place. Like I said, when they start bringing in this 6G and this AI, you're going to see more and more massive layoffs, man. You're going to see more people. Right now, people are living paycheck to paycheck, man. Let's say people are like 1 or 2 paychecks away from becoming homeless or being evicted or not being able to pay their rent, man. And that's not going to slow down anytime soon, man. You see, but we're here to tell you prophetically, hey, these are the things that are getting ready to befall Babylon the Great. You see, we're telling you before. Hey, I remember back in when the elders and the apostles first got on Great Millstone, when we used to say that the dollar was going to collapse. We used to go, elders and apostles used to go into fiat currency, you know, FRNs, how it's not real money. Real money is gold and silver and backed by gold. People used to scoff and mock and make fun of that, man. But now, as prophecy is speeding up, and we're at the time now to where all those things that the elders and the apostles was talking about back then that wasn't really happening that much. Now it's happening in real time, man. And people are scrambling. It ain't so funny no more, man. See, but hey, we've been telling you and prophesying these things for years, and now the Lord is making it a reality, man. And things are only going to get worse and worse, man. And also, you're going to have more and more people not believe. You're going to have more people fall out of the truth, man. They're going to turn to sorcery and witchcraft and to wizards and to tarot card reading and all type of bullshit and idols to try to get answers of what's coming, because they don't want to really have to face the truth of what the true prophets are telling them is coming here to Babylon the Great, man. But there's nothing you can do. It ain't nothing that's going to stop it, because it's the word and the counsel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So it says, behold, 2 Ezra 15:1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. See, the words of the Most High are faithful and true. And here it is, the supreme creator. This is the thing you have to understand. He has no reason to lie, man. Why does he have to lie when he's eternal? He's he created everything that you see. Why would he have to lie and tell you something that's not true, man? See, but that's the mind frame of a lot of these people. Oh, I don't believe what's written in that book. Oh, those are the words of man. But they don't really understand that the power that's written within these scriptures, man. They don't understand that these words that were given to the prophets and the men of Israel are from the heavens, man. They're directly the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Creator, man. I think the scriptures tell you that the words of the Most High are purified 7 times, man. You see? Hey, but this is one thing we know that is going to happen. You people are all going to be found liars, and you're going to find out that the true prophets and men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua told you nothing but the truth, man. All right? And it says, fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. You see? And we've been seeing that ever since I've been in this truth. You always had incredulity, non-believers, scoffing ass Jake, mockers, talking shit, and that's been increasing and getting amplified as we're getting closer and closer to the end. You know, and now people are putting it on wax, they're putting it on these different platforms. So we're seeing all of the incredulity, all of the unbelief, all of the scoffing, the mocking. Now these niggas got AI to do a lot of this scoffing and shit talking, man. But it still ain't going to change the fact that what we're saying is true. Somebody has to be telling the truth, and somebody has to be out here lying, man. You see? But guess what? We're not going to be the ones that's going to be found lying. You people are going to be found liars. You people are going to be found caught in the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And I got an article that's telling you that 2026 is all about that, man. And like I said, and we've been prophesying these things, man. And now it's right here at the door, and it ain't stopping. It's only going to accelerate, man. When you see all these different nations like BRICS and China and America and Europe and Russia, they're all jockeying for a position to become the next superpower, man, which is ultimately going to lead to what? Them all going to war as the Lord has counseled, as the Lord has set up, as the Lord has told us what happened in these last days, man. And we can see it all getting ready to come to pass, man. All right? Hey, all these nations are on the path to war because the Most High set them on that path of war, man. And there's nothing that anybody can do to alter that or to change it, all right? Let me get that real quick. Start of a precept. Then I want to get into this article. The Lord willing, I can really get into it, but we'll see, you know. Yep, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, you see? And this is why I was saying earlier, hey, the Lord he has appointed Esau's bounds that he cannot pass, man. Everything is set in the motion that the Most High has, and the measurements and the time that the Most High has set it to happen on, man. You see? And everybody that's out here doing whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis, it's already been directed and written by the Heavenly Father, man. People think they're out here just doing their own thing. People think they're out here moving freely, having their own free will. That's all bullshit, man. We're all dancing to the tune of prophecy. We're all dancing to the tune of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And like I said earlier, the Lord has these nations on path to go and to fight this third world war, man. And these nuclear missiles will be shot. They will be loosed. They will be used on the whole of Babylon the Great to turn it into that great desert, man. To be judged in a matter like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And you can bet your bottom dollar on that, man. Or you can bet against that. Either way it go, hey, the counsel of the Lord is going to stand firm, man. It says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. He does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. You see? So it's nothing that anybody can do. All right? Hey, prophecy is prophecy, and prophecy is 100% sure. Let me get one more. I just thought of. Yep, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and read, man. What's the book of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? It's the Bible, man. With the Apocrypha in it, man. All right, it didn't say search you out of the book of Anubis or the book of the Dalai Lama or the book of the Mormons or the book of any of these other false religions, man. It said read ye out of the book of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and read, man. You see, it didn't say read the Quran. There ain't no prophecies in the Quran, man. The prophecy, the Quran can't be put shoulder to shoulder on the same shelf as the scriptures. None of these other books can when it comes to prophecy, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know, this is the only books that tell you the beginning, the end from the beginning, and the middle of times and the end of times, and the future of times, man. You're only going to find it here in the Holy Bible, the book of the Lord, and you're only going to be able to get that 100% message from his prophets and from his messengers, man. It says, seek ye, Isaiah 34:6-10, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. Meaning what? None of the prophecies are going to fail, man. You see? None of the prophecies are going to fail. Hey, that's why, you know, at the end of the day, hey, we have nothing to fear at the end of the day. Now, of course, being in his flesh, that will comes with the territory, but ultimately, we don't fear because we already know how this whole thing ends, man. You know, we know the end game for the elect. Lord willing, we're part of that, man. It's a win-win situation. And all these other nations, Esau, Edom, Moab, Ammon, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, you know, the Hamites, those Arabs, all these other nations are going to lose at the end of the day, man. You're all about to be gathered into this great third world war. And there, the Lord's going to send back his only begotten Son, our Prince, our Savior, our King, our Champion, Yahweh Shai, to judge you damn nations and whoop your ass in this third world war, man. And to set up the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of our Lord, which is in essence the kingdom of Israel, man. And we're going to get those new bodies. We're going to be gods above you nations. We're going to show you how to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You're going to serve your 1,000 years of punishment for what you've done unto us. And then after 1,000 years, you'll be able to live, you know, upon this earth, man. We're just waiting for it all to play out. It says, for my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. You see? And that's what prophecy all entails, man. So anyways, let me get this article. It's a bad article, man. But it's just showing you the trajectory of 2026. And it's pretty much everything that we've been prophesying and telling you, Jake, is getting ready to come here, man. You know? And we're going to continue to prophesy these things, continue to speak them until they come to pass, man. All right? So this is the article I got from Zero Hedge, right? It says, 10 very important trends to watch as we enter 2016. And let's look up this word trends. Let's see if I can get a definition for the word trends. Let's see something. Oh, look, a trend is a general direction in which something is developing or changing. Tendency, the fashion, direction. And what is the direction of this world pretty much? It's prophecy, man. You see? Because you got that guy, Gerald Celente. He's known for his economic trends, you know? Hey, well, the ultimate trends, trends researchers or, you know, guys who understand the full direction of this earth in this age are the prophets, man. So we're the ultimate trend forecasters, man. And we're telling you what? That war, famine, death, and destruction is getting ready to come, man. All right? And it's all written within the scriptures. It's all prophetic, man. You know? So let's get into this, all right? It says, are we on the brink of a worldwide nightmare? And the answer is yes. Why do you think they call they try to call the Israelites, well, mainly Great Millstone, the prophets of doom? Oh, you guys are negative. Y'all ain't never got nothing positive to say. Well, we do got positive things to say. But it just so happens that a lot of the things that's getting ready to happen are not positive, man. Scriptures tell you that there's a time and a season for everything on the earth, man. It just so happens that, hey, we're at the end of this age. We're at the end of this time, man. All right, and it's going to go out with signs and effects and great wonders, man. And death, famine, destruction, judgment is all written within it, man. It's just, it is what it is, man. It says, are we on the brink of a worldwide nightmare? Well, it's a nightmare to these nations and these heathens in Esau, but it's really not a nightmare to us. Hey, it's good news to us because we understand what's promised. Let me see if I can find that real fast. I think it's in your pocket. Where is that, man? No. Shit. Oh, I think that's what it is. Let me see. Where is that one, man? I don't think I can find it. It talks about how this current world got to end before that which is sown with good. Let me see. I'll type in sown. Oh, here we go. Yep. Yep. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 4 and 26. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. Right. Meaning what? This current world, this current age, it is hastening fast to waste away. That's why the Lord is speeding up the times, man. Because ultimately, like the scripture said, if Esau was to go unchecked and the Lord didn't speed up the times, there wouldn't be no flesh left to be saved, man. This man would literally destroy the whole earth and everything that's on this earth if he's not stopped, man. If the times are not being sped up, if these prophecies don't come to pass, man. See, if Yahweh Shai doesn't return, man, we're all through. We're all cooked out here, man. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, you see? And this is why such great judgment is coming to this place. Like I said earlier, this is why famine, death, destruction is coming here, man. This is why great sedition is coming to Babylon, the great economic collapse. All these things must happen in order for this place to fall, for the things that are sown with good to come, man. You know? It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. You see, but it's hastening to come. But we can literally see it, afar off, getting ready to come. Like I said, with all this price of gold, the wars going on with Ukraine and Russia. Now China and Taiwan's getting ready to go to war. America and Venezuela. Oh, like I said earlier, Trump said he's locked and loaded to go into Iran, which we know that's dealing with Jeremiah 49, the least of the flock, drawing them out. Now you got what? Now you got this new sickness is wreaking havoc all through Babylon the Great. And now, and this article I got is talking about a great famine that's coming to the world, man. So all these things are all a trajectory of prophecy, man. Like I said, they're all going to accelerate. They're only going to get more and more intense as the Lord brings judgment upon this place, as the end of this age comes to an end. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. And what's that? The kingdom, man. You see, so this is why we're constantly pushing for Esau to hurry up. Bring the MOTB. You know, we want the Lord to speed times up. Put these devils in this third world war, man. You know, bring Jacob's trouble. Bring, bring the missiles, man. Because what? That is sown with good cannot come until this evil, wicked age is destroyed, man. Well, like I said, hey, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we can see the Lord speeding the things up. We can see the Lord showing us these things through the Spirit, and we can see, hey, the Lord is making good. These prophecies are coming to pass, man. And Esau's time is getting shorter and shorter, man. You see? And like I said, we're seeing what? More of these apostates, more of these sellouts, more of these agents, doctrines of devils, all these things. Yeah, a lot of them is more negative than positive, but these things, they have to surface. They have to come to pass, man. Ultimately, really to build the faith of the elect, ultimately, because we see these things and we know, hey, oh, that's prophetic. That's another prophecy. Oh, that's another prophecy. So the Lord is showing us that this word is faithful and true, man. And as we see these things happen more and more, it should be boosting your spirit, man. It should be putting you more in that, hey, man, you know, that fighter spirit, man. Not like that nigga from Boston going to a goddamn Christian and getting baptized in the dirty ass ocean, thinking that's going to save you of your sins, man. Or selling out and taking the bag from Esau to teach this goddamn now the Gentiles can make it and be on the chariots and get salvation. All of this nonsense, man. But it's all good though. All these things are just shines showing us that, hey, man, hey, the Most High is working in the earth, man. It says, verse 28, 2 Ezra 4:29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. For the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. Well, it's talking about when Adam went off, but basically the point is being made, you know, that let me see something. Yeah, that's what I was reading. But you know, Ezra was asking those questions. But hey, the good cannot come until this evil is fully, you know, because it's the full wickedness of Esau, Edom, and these nations. It has to reach its pinnacle before the Lord can ultimately bring judgment upon it, man. But like I said, if you're paying attention, if you're out there standing upon your watch and really watching out there, hey, we can see it getting ready to happen, man. We can see the Most High working. We can see these devils, man, getting ready to do it. But we know it's all for prophecy's sake, man. But back in this article, right, it says, are we on the brink of a worldwide nightmare? Many have described what we are currently experiencing as a perfect storm. Well, it is a perfect storm because it's all perfect in the tune of prophecy, man. So it is the perfect storm. Remember, it's all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's setting all these things in motion, man. The Lord is going to make all these things happen exactly when they need to happen to fulfill his word, man. It says, have we been getting hit with one crisis after another as global events have greatly accelerated in recent months? That's another precept I just thought of. I quoted it earlier, but I'll get it, man. You see, so hey, man, it's a beautiful things, man. Everything is dancing to the tune of prophecy, man. Hey, everything is doing what Yahweh Shem Yahushua wanted to do, man. You know? Oh, that's why. Yep, it says, this is Matthew 24:22. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, you see? So the Lord is shortening these times. He's speeding it up for the elect's sake, man. Ultimately, so we can get the hell up out of here, man. You see? So, yeah, so you should be rejoicing in these times, man. You know? Yeah, these are evil times, but really it's evil for the wicked, for the 2/3, for these nations out here. Hey, but it's good and prosperous and joyous times for the elect, man, because we ultimately see what all these things signify, you know? It says, we have been getting hit with one crisis after another as global events have greatly accelerated in recent months. But now it feels like the next chapter that we are entering is going to take things to an entirely different level, and that's true. It is, man. You see, because why? Hey, a prophecy has to be fulfilled, man. You see, these nations are going to go to this third world war. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It's going to happen. And guess what? Those nuclear missiles are going to be used, man. It's prophetic, man. It's all within the scriptures about this third world war, about the lake of fire, man. You know? About, oh, matter of fact, let me get that. How Shai is coming back. What is that? Isaiah 50, 60? Isaiah 55? Yep, Isaiah chapter 60, Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You see that, man? Not only is it going to come via the way of nuclear fire, 1,000,000 degrees Celsius, but also through the fires of the chariots that Yahweh Shai is coming back on, and from the angels, man. All coming down upon the wicked, man. Especially 2/3 of our wicked ass people. A lot of you got a date with a date with 1,000,000 degree heat, with a fire from the chariot, from the Lord, man. It says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts. And it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory, you see? So these nations are all going to eventually see the glory of Yahweh Shai when he cracked those clouds, when he judges and make war, you know, when he, vaporizes and dehydrates people while they're standing upon their feet, man. You see? But the stage is being set, man. See? So it says what? On New Year's Eve, something very unexpected happened at our most important landmark in the middle of the country. You want to read all the way to the end of this article to see what I'm talking about. Right, it was a sign in the heaven, man, which we've been seeing plenty of signs in the heavens, man. You know, you've been seeing the chariots, we've been seeing blood moons, half moons, wolf moons, solar eclipses, chariot sightings, certain meteorites falling and shit. So all type of things are happening because it's all the signs of the times, man. And anybody with a spiritual eye should be able to put these pieces together and understand that it's all prophetic, man. It's all signaling the end of this age and the end of this world as we know it, man. But also the beginning of the world to come. So let's get into this article. It says, the price of silver. The price of silver is telling us that there is big trouble under the surface of the global financial system, which ultimately they're letting you know they're getting ready that basically the dollar is becoming more and more worthless, man. And that silver and gold, which is real wealth, which is silver and gold, is getting more and more expensive, which means that the dollar is getting weaker and weaker, and eventually the dollar is going to collapse, man. You know, pretty soon those dollar bills you got in your pocket ain't going to be able to do nothing but warm you on a cold winter night, man. All right, and everything is going to go what? Digital. This is why they're bringing in 6G. This is why they're bringing in central bank digital currencies, man. This is why they want this technocracy to be established, man, by the time this economy collapses, because everything is going digital, man. And it's just going to lead to more and more control by these elites, man. It says, the price of silver is telling us that there is big trouble under the surface of the global financial system. Even though there was a dramatic attempt to suppress the price of silver this week, it was still up about 140% in 2025. And the difference between the price of paper silver and the prices that physical silver is going for around the world has become extremely alarming. You see? But to the average person, that's not alarming to them because they don't really understand how gold and silver works, man. What real money is. You know, and ultimately what these elites are trying to achieve by doing away with this dollar, man, is to bring in this new world order system, man. All right, this is why everything is going digital IDs. Pretty soon, in order for you to have a bank account, you're going to have a digital ID. If you want to board a plane, you're going to have your digital footprint up and running, man. It says, and the difference between it says silver at 130 in Japan, 106 in Kuwait, $97 in Korea, and 71 on Western screens is not a market. It's a confession. The numbers read like a crime scene diagram. In the real world, where bars change hands and coins disappear into safes, silver has quietly migrated into triple-digit pricing, while the supposed global benchmark in New York and London is still stuck in a fantasy land of leveraged promises, you know? And silver was supposed to be the poor man's gold, but now silver is getting even more expensive for the average poor man to have some. And then you got China doing, they own a lot of gold, and they're shutting off the gold to America, man. You see? It says what else is in here? It says yep. It says Kuwait tells the same story in a different language. Retail bars priced around 100 plus an ounce are not a fat merchant's greed. They are the market's answer to a simple question. What will it really take to pry physical metal out of the pipelines in a world where everyone suddenly wants the same scarce asset at the same time? You see, because a lot of this silver is really being brought up to be used for technology, to be used for AI, man. In America, China, all these different countries are trying to corner the market and buy it all up so that they can have total control over it, man. And also to be able to keep people out of the, to keep America out of the silver markets, man. Which is going to all eventually lead to war. It's going to all eventually lead to financial ruin and economic instability and economic destruction, man. Because why? They want to bring in this new world order. They want to bring in this CBDCs. They want to bring in these so-called stable coins, man. All right, here's number 2. It says affordability crisis. In 2025, I wrote about the affordability crisis in the United States a lot. And bro, there's all type of videos on YouTube of people complaining about how expensive shit is, man. How people, they can't afford to live. They can't afford to pay their car notes. They can't pay their mortgage, man. They can't go on vacation. They can barely afford groceries. They're choosing between paying their rent or paying their electricity bill or putting food on the table, man. And then you got the rise of electricity because of all these damn data centers, because of AI, man. Hey, all hell is getting is taking place here in Babylon the Great, man. And everybody is struggling. Don't get it twisted because people are still doing social media. People are still posting on their social media as if their life is great. It ain't. Everybody is catching hell. Everybody is broke, man. Everybody is feeling the pinch of these inflationary times, man. And that nigga Trump ain't doing nothing about it. I just saw an article the other day. He was over there lying, talking about, oh, the economy is so good, as strong as it's ever been. And they're going to keep lying to you fucking people as long as you believe the shit, man. But eventually it's going to ultimately lead to, I saw this article they was talking about, it's going to basically lead to Generation Z, a Gen Z uprising, man. Because what? A lot of these Gen Zers, these people getting out of college, they can't even get jobs in their field of degree. A lot of them got to move back home with their parents, and they can't even get a job at Starbucks, and they got a so-called a college degree, a master's degree. A lot of these people who've been going to these tech colleges learning about AI, they can't even get a job because AI is kicking them out of the jobs, man. A lot of these companies are firing everybody because they're hiring AI to do the jobs that the everyday average person would do. So everybody is getting laid off. Everybody is struggling to a certain extent, and it's only going to accelerate, man. And the prices of food ain't going to get no cheaper. It's going to get more expensive, just pure hell. And why is that? Because you're being ruled over by the wicked, man. And a lot of this shit is being done systematically, man. All right, let me get this. The oldie but a goodie. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people are mourning, man. Like I said, people was catching all kinds of hell here in Babylon the Great, and it's only going to get worse 2026. It says, sadly, at this stage, approximately 2/3 of the entire U.S. population is struggling even to pay for the basics. And that's going to get worse, man. Hey, wait till you see how bad it's going to get when these countries really start going to war. You know what I mean? You know how hard it's going to be for imports and exports, to get into this country when when war is really taking place. When a lot of these ports and a lot of these places like the Strait of Hormuz, the Panama Canal and those different routes where goods are and imports and exports come in and out smoothly and freely become hindered by war, how much more that's going to cause. Things are going to get more expensive. Things are going to be more and more scarce. It's going to be harder to get different products and basic necessities into this country, man. That's what's going to lead to Second Ezra's the 16th chapter, man. The 15th chapter, the 16th chapter, man. Uproars of the people, man. revolts. Like I said, you see the revolt going on in Iran right now. And why are they going crazy? Because their currency is getting more and more debased, man. People can't afford shit. Now they're taking it to the street. Now they're protesting. That's going to come here to America eventually, man. Which I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. But you can see it's bubbling and it's getting to that point, man. Like I said, watch all these videos of these, and it's mainly these Edomites, man. These high, upper to middle class Edomites, even these lower rung Edomites and Americans in general are on social media complaining just how bad shit is, man. You got people talking about she put in 1,000 applications, couldn't even get a job. She's putting in all these different job applications. They're giving her like 3 or 4 interviews, and she still don't get the job. You know, people are catching hell, man. Like I say, it's going to eventually lead to anger and uproars and rioting and taking it to the streets, man. It says about 7 in 10 Americans polled by CBS News in December said they were struggling to pay for food, housing, and healthcare. Oh, especially healthcare. That shit is ridiculous too, man. You see, so everything in this society that, the good old days is gone here, man. This is not the same America that the baby boomers had, man. Hey, this place is terrible, man. It's horrible here, and it's only going to get worse, man. It says, underscoring the affordability issues affecting millions of households, man. But like I just read, what did it say? When the wicked bear rule, the people are mourning, man. You know? Let me get another one. And like I said, a lot of this shit is being done systematically, man. And these devils know that that AI is getting ready to take up a lot of these people's jobs, man. And they know eventually they're going to give you a universal basic income. But we already know what price that's going to come with, man. You know, it's going to come with a social credit score. It's going to come with CBDC. It's going to come with constant compliance and dependence of the people upon the government, man. And if you're not obeying, if you're not playing by the rules, guess what? You'll be killed. You'll be separated from society, man. You won't get your CBDC. You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to get your basic necessities if you're doing anything that the government doesn't like. Right? See, and this is where everything is headed. This is why they're systematically doing these things, man. Because they want to put you people in a proverbial vice grips, man. Right? To bring you to your knees, to bring you to this NWO, man. You see? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 34, verse. Ecclesiasticus 34 and 22 and 21. It says, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's what these devils are. This is what Esau is. He's a man of blood. And like I said, and he's intentionally defrauding you people of your daily bread. Like I said, of your jobs, man, taxing the shit out of you for everything, making it more and more difficult for you to survive here in this society, man. They're literally pricing people out of their homes, out of their businesses. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, like I said, everything is just ridiculously expensive, man. You go to the grocery store, you buy like 6 things, it's damn near $45, man. You know? It's crazy. A lot of people's house taxes are going up. Crazy, man. Crazy increase in their taxes, man, and their house taxes. Because why? It's being done intentionally, man. These devils want to price everybody out of their shit and buy it up for pennies on the dollar, man, and leave you in this, put you in a 15-minute city, you know, with a Neuralink on the top of your head, give you your CBDCs, give you your universal basic income, and make you a perpetual digital slave, man. Merge you with technology, put micro C-hips all over you, you know, have access to every thought, every emotion, and a total control over everybody, man. So this man is a man of blood. You see? It says, Ecclesiasticus 34 and 21, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. Like I said, and what are they using now? AI to take away a lot of people's jobs, take away a lot of people's livings, man. You see? It says, and he that defraudeth his laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. And when one buildeth and another pulleth down, what profit have they then but labor? Right, because he wants you to be and continuously labor under him and under his control, man. See? And it's getting crazy and crazy. It says, number 3, Israel and Iran. This is a big one. Once Israel and Iran start fighting again, which, like I said, it's on the table right now. You got those Iranian protesters. What did Trump say? They're locked and loaded to go into Iran if they start killing peaceful protesters, man. Which shows you the hypocrisy of America, you know. Because if you protest, look, here it is. They're setting bills in place here in America. If you protest against Trump, if they find you to be anti-American or anti-government or anti-establishment, they can deem you a terrorist and lock you away. But now they're telling the Iranian leaders that if they kill or harm those protesters over there coming up against the government, they're locked and loaded to go to war. But we know ultimately these devils want to go to war with Iran anyway, which we know they are because it's prophetic, man. And you know those tiny tops got something to do with that whole Iranian situation and those protests, man. Because remember, we know that Esau and those tiny tops, they're masters at creating internal, destabilizing countries, man. And you know a lot of that shit is being funded and paid for by the West and those small hats to bring that situation over there in Iran, because ultimately they're just looking for any excuse to go to war, which they don't need an excuse because the Most High is going to make them go to war because it's prophetic. It says, once Israel and Iran start fighting again, global events will go into overdrive. Apparently, a new round of airstrikes on Iran was discussed during Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu meeting with President Trump on Monday, and I am convinced that it won't be too long before those airstrikes actually begin, you see? So, hey, more wars and threats of wars, rumors of wars, man. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. See, these are all prophetic times, man. Because it's going to lead to ultimately the counsel of the Lord being fulfilled, man. Yep, it says President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, during which two leaders discussed efforts by Iran to reconstitute its nuclear program following the Israeli and American airstrikes in June and to expand its ballistic missile arsenal. During the meeting, Netanyahu shared with Trump details regarding Israel's planning for a possible follow-up air campaign against Iran. Yep. So look at that. More what? War. Which we know that's going to lead to a prophecy being fulfilled anyway, man. Let me get the least of the flock, meaning it's those small heads are going to lead America into that third world war with Iran, which we know Iran is allied with Russia and with China, and it's only just setting the stage for this third world war, man. So hey, 2026, these things are in motion. These things are getting cracking, man. Hey, and we love it. We love it, man. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 20, and it says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom. Who was Edom? The so-called white man. You know? Who else is Edom? Those Amalekites, those so-called small hats, man. Those are the Edomites. It says that he have purposed to taken against Edom, and his purpose is that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? There's those tiny tops over there in the so-called Middle East, man. Which is going to what? Cause that conflict with Iran and Israel to escalate. And it's going to eventually draw in Russia. It's going to draw in these other nations, the other allies of America, NATO, the EU, Europe, you know, Turkey, the Saudis, Libya, the Russians, Syria, you know. Setting the perfect stage for this thing to take place. It says, yep, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he will make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, and at the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. It says, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. Because why? It's going to lead to them being utterly destroyed in this nuclear war, man. It's only two places that's going to be utterly nuclearly annihilated in these last days, which is Babylon the Great America and the land of Israel, which is going to be, you know, replenished and re-cleansed once we get back in there. But hey, these things that are happening are all setting the stage for these prophecies to happen. Because why? It's the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And war is part of the counsel of the Most High. Look at this. Number 4, the war in Ukraine. Russian forces are steadily moving forward on the eastern and southern fronts in Ukraine, and so the Russians will not be inclined to give the Ukrainians and our European allies what they are demanding, but they're going to go to war eventually anyway, man. You know, like I said, past video, Russia is trying to, you know, be cool, cooler heads are trying to prevail, but eventually the Lord's going to put the spirit on Putin to just go all in, man. He's going to allow that bear to be poked to where it's going to have no choice but to fully, fully rip and tear and go in, man. Yeah, well, number 5, it says, look, even Europe preparing for war. Russia has made it very clear that it does not intend to attack any European countries, but for some reason the Europeans are feverishly preparing for war anyway. In fact, Germany is now requiring all 18-year-old males to complete a compulsory survey about military service. You see, tens of thousands of teenagers will be sent a compulsory 14-question survey by the Bundenweiser, asking not only how interested they are in joining the military, but how fit they are to fight. You see? So, hey, war is on the table, man. It's out there. See that? Yep, Germany is preparing. It's not only Germany, it's other countries too. You know, you got Poland, you got other countries, Great Britain, all preparing for war, for Russia, to go to war with Russia. You know, and Putin is saying, oh, I don't plan on striking any European targets, but guess what? The Lord's going to put the spirit on them to make you attack them eventually, man. All right, let me get this. Is that Proverbs or Psalms? Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. You see? So the Lord is in control, man. These nations, they think they can stop war. They think they can do all these proxy wars and do all these calculations as if they're in control of what's ultimately going to happen. But it's all in the hands of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. The king's heart is in the hand. The king's mind is in the hand of the Most High, man. And the Lord's going to put the spirit on those European leaders and Stromer and NATO and EU to do particular things to get Russia involved in this war, man. To get Russia to attack one of these European nations, to strategically put his nukes in these positions so that this war can happen, man. He's going to continue to put the spirit on Bibi Netanyahu and Trump to do these things that's going to escalate and forward this third world war, man. It's inevitable, man. None can resist the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Look at this. Number 6, Venezuela. The Trump administration has been bombing drug boats, seizing oil tankers, and threatening the regime of Venezuelan President Maduro. This could put the U.S. on a collision course with China. And guess what? The Most High wants that collision course with China because China has been setting up shop in a lot of those South American countries, business-wise. And America is trying to do all that they can to disrupt that, man. Because they see China is gaining all these different strategic positions. They're getting too far ahead. And this is why now a lot of these countries are able to tell America to suck a fat one, man. That's why countries like China, Venezuela, Cuba, you know, a lot of these countries that are allied with Russia and with China, you know, in other parts of the world now, they're able to maneuver and to do things that's not that's in their best interest, and they basically have it set up to where they could, you know, they don't have to bow down to America and all of his suggestions and all of his orders, man. So now, hey, they're gonna have to eventually go to war with one another, man. It says China does not intend to stop buying oil from Venezuela. And yeah, now you even got Chinese tankers following American aircraft carriers over there in those South American waters, man. Why? Because they're protecting their business interests, protecting their assets, man, protecting their their business ventures, man. And once you start fucking up people's money, man, hey, shit gets real, you know. It says, if the U.S. starts seizing Chinese oil tankers that approach Venezuela, that could cause a major international incident. According to Newsweek, these are 2 Chinese oil tankers that are expected to arrive in Venezuela pretty soon, you see? So China's putting their own tankers over there to protect their oil over there from Venezuela, man. Because we know the bullshit excuses that America wants that Venezuelan oil. Really, they just want to take control over that area to seize that position, to take it away from China, man. Which is going to cause what? War, which is going to cause issues, man. So, hey, everything is getting hot and heavy. Yeah, look at this. 7, Taiwan. The Chinese just concluded military exercises that practice what a full-blown blockade of Taiwan would look like. And at this stage, tensions between China and Taiwan are higher than at any point in recent years. Because why? Taiwan is an ally to America, man. You see, and America don't want China to go to war with Taiwan, but it's going to happen anyway, man. Because why? America needs those resources over there that Taiwan can give them in order to to build the microchips, to build weaponry, to build chips and AI and all that shit, man. But China is saying, look, nigga, hey, Taiwan, that's our shit. But you got America over there saying, nah, Taiwan's gonna be our shit. So you can just see how all these all these different situations are causing tensions, man. But it's going to ultimately lead to what? The will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai being fulfilled, man. What else is in here? Oh, look at this. Number 8 is what? Pestilence. Oh, you know what? I got some precepts. I want to get on that situation. So like I said, all that situation with Europe getting ready to go to war with Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, China, America, Venezuela, is all leading to Joel the 3rd chapter, man. It's leading for these nations to get ready to go to war. Hey, and you American Gen Zers, you American youngsters, y'all better get prepared too, because hey, they're gonna declare a draft here pretty soon once this Third World War starts popping off, man, and once things start getting hot and heavy. You see, which that's gonna lead to more insurrections and protests and fights and arguments and uprisings and all type of shit, man. So this place is America is a powder keg. 2026 might be the year where that shit is going to explode, man. And all these major last few prophecies that we've been speaking about are going to be in full gear, man. All right, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Like I said, all these different conflicts with Russia, China, America, Europe, Russia, Venezuela, China, Taiwan, Israel, Iran, America, Iran, all of these wars and proxy wars, man, they're all going to eventually lead to this Third World War. And it's going to eventually lead to these nuclear missiles being used, man. Remember, these nuclear missiles wasn't created in vain. They're the weapons of the Most High's indignation. And he has a beautiful purpose for those nuclear missiles, man. And they will be used. They will be shot. They will vaporize all of Babylon the Great, America, man, and the land of Israel. You hear me? All right? Because those are part of the Most High's army, or those nuclear missiles, man. And we done buku videos on that, man. So Joel 3 and 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong, right? Because ever since after World War II, when Russia fell and China was weakened and America was the only last standing major superpower, a lot of these other nations, they were weak for a while. But now Russia has reinvigorated and rebuilt itself. China has become a superpower on the earth. And a lot of these other countries that were weak militarily and financially have been putting a lot of their money into agriculture, into business, into imports and exports. And now they've built themselves up to where now they're not as weak as they once were, man. And now they're all linking up and they're banding together with Russia, with China, with India, with South Africa, with China, North Korea, with Russia. And they're, now a lot of these countries that were weak, now they have these modernized superpower conventional weapons from Russia and China, and now they're able to defend their position, man. Now they're able to come together collectively and isolate America to where, when all things get hot and heavy, a lot of America's going to be a sitting duck, man. A lot of these countries, even a lot of America's allies like NATO and the EU countries, Germany, Europe, France, they're all going to eventually turn and hate the whore and burn it with fire, man. So the Lord is doing a beautiful thing in these last days, man. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is what? Yahweh's Shabbat, which means the Most High's judgment. It's going to take place over there in Asia, in the Middle East during this Third World War. And this is why you're seeing, like I was reading in this article, all these different conflicts with Russia, China, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Iran, America, Venezuela, and so on and so on, China and Taiwan. And don't forget about North Korea. They're going to get in the mix too, man. Remember, those North Koreans was helping Russia fight against those Ukrainians too. So everybody is clicking up. Everybody is choosing sides in these last days because why? I'm reading. The Lord is preparing these nations for war, and he's going to gather them in that valley of Jehoshaphat to judge their ass, man. And he's going to send back our Lord and Savior Yahushua HaMashiach to finish them all off, man. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. But what does the harvest represent? The end of the world, which is we're almost there. We see the chess pieces and the things getting set in motion to where this is getting ready to take place, man. And it's inevitable. All right, remember, like I read in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, that which is sown with good cannot come until this evil is done away with, man. And the way the Lord's going to eventually do away with it is by bringing this third world war, by gathering these heathens in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. By continuing to allow these elites to bring in this new world order, man. More conflicts, more turmoil, more famine, judgments, etc., man. It's all setting the stage for a beautiful judgment, man. It says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And said, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel." See? What's going to cause the earth to shake is when these nuclear missiles hit, man. Especially here in Babylon the Great. And you're going to see the elect being taken up into the chariots. Our enemies are going to behold us. Hey, and then after a certain period of time, we're going to come back down from those chariots and those new bodies, man. You know, with the new bodies, immortals, be as gods, and to gather these elites out of these bunkers and clean up this world, man. Subjugate the heathen, put them all in captivity, and establish our kingdom, man. The kingdom of Israel, a righteous kingdom, man. All right. Yep. Let me get this real fast. I don't know if I'm gonna read all of this. Jeremiah or Isaiah? Because the Lord's going to ultimately use the Russians to evaporate Babylon the Great, America, man. Yeah, Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 16. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 16. It says, I think it was 19, man. Oh, okay, no, I'm tripping. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and 16. Yep, this is this is Jeremiah 51 and 6. No. I'll start at the top. Jeremiah 51 and 1. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind." And what is that destroying wind? These nuclear missiles, man. All right, the weapons of the Lord's indignation. It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. See? Meaning what? All these different nations, starting with the Russians, man. You know, and then China, and then Russia, and then India, and then the Chinese, man, the North Koreans. Like I said, eventually a lot of the allies of America, a lot of those NATO and EU countries, man. The Lord's going to put the spirit on them to empty this place. It says, "Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, and of Yahweh of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel." It says, "Flee ye out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense." Meaning America, man. See? It says flee. I don't mean get up and get a passport and get out of America. It means flee out of this place spiritually. Talking to your Israelites, man. Get out of this westernized American black person spirit, man, and return to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Understand what times that you're living in, you know? Flee out of this place with your mind, man, you know? Come out of the customs, the religions, the holidays, the pagan worship, the faggotiness, the faggoty spirit of Babylon the Great, man. And return to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in all truth and sincerity. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right, and all these nations are mad against Babylon the Great. They all have a bone to pick against this place, man. Because in some shape, form, or fashion, America has shitted on, did these other countries and their, these other countries dirty, man. Everybody has a bone to pick. Everybody has a lick back to get here on Babylon the Great, man. Especially dealing with their, dealing with their dollar, with their democracy, with their financial situations, man. They all got screwed over at the end of the day, and now these nations are mad, especially now in these last days. These nations are being built up. Now they're seeing America is weakened. America is very vulnerable. Hey, and these nations are going to not waste the opportunity to get at them, It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. See, this place is not going to be healed. Damster's not going to be healed economically. It's not going to be healed morally, righteously, honorably. This place is just filthy and destroyed on every metric and on every level, man. And the only thing that's left for America is to be destroyed, man. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, you see. And America's judgment is just about here, you see. It says, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, who is what? The Russians, man. And like I said earlier, Russia is trying to be cool. Putin is trying to be, calm, cool, and collected. But eventually, the Lord's going to put the spirit on him to let those arrows and those missiles loose, man. You see, it says, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the vengeance of his temple. You see, so America's destruction is part of the vengeance and the wrath of the Most High, man. And he's going to use these Russians and these other nations and their armies and their military to do just that, man. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. We can literally see it coming into focus and coming into view. All right, and it's only going to accelerate. Yep. It says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for Yahweh have both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thy end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. Talking about America, man. And Esau, Edom, and his rulership as a whole, man, is getting ready to come to an end. All right? Hey, the stage is being set. Hey, the handwriting is on the wall, man. It's just only a matter of when. Only a matter of at the time appointed, like I read in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. Yep. So let me get a couple more precepts, man. I got a bunch more, but I ain't gonna be able to get into all of them. But let's get into Esau's end and how it's already been established, man. There's nothing that anybody can do. All right. Get a couple precepts on that, and I'm gonna close it. This is Isaiah chapter 46. Yep, this is Isaiah 46 and 46 and 8. It says, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O you transgressors. Remember the former things of old. For I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. See, so that shows you that everything that's happening has already been declared, man. There's nothing that's happening that hasn't already been foretold or prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, man. We're now just literally playing it out, and now we're seeing it come into play. It says, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. You see that? So if it's the Most High's pleasure to allow these nuclear missiles to be built and to be used during this Third World War, that's his pleasure, man. And it's already been spoken, man. It's already been prophesied, man. And the only thing that it can do is come to pass and to take place, man. Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executeth my counsel from a far country, yea, I have spoken it, I also will bring it to pass. I have purposed it, I will also do it. And that's on every word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Remember, the Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. All right? Let's get this. Psalms 33, 20. All right, this is Psalms chapter 33, verse 20. I'll read up a little bit. Yep, this is I'll read up. Isaiah, Psalms 33 and 6. By the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth. He gathered the waters of the sea together, and as in heat, he layeth up the depths in storehouses. Let all the earth fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. And right now, the world is not standing truly in awe of the Most High. Hey, but they are. Because why? When the Most High comes and send back Yahweh Shai, and everything that we've been prophesying and saying literally comes to pass exactly as we say it, and when Yahweh Shai crack those clouds and come in all of his glory and his power and his might, man, hey, it's going to be done to magnify the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, just like he did when he destroyed ancient Egypt, man. And he's coming to do that same thing here in this spiritual modern day Egypt, which is America, man. And you all are going to stand in awe. All your jaws are going to drop when Yahweh Shai comes and execute the things that are written, man. It says, for he spake and it was done. He commanded and it stood fast. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai standeth forever. The thoughts of his heart to all generations, man. So ain't nothing nobody can do to stop the counsel of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and he does what he wants when he wants. You know what I mean? And what are you people going to do about it? Let me get one more and I'm going to close it. I went over a little bit because I had to restart the damn live stream like 4 or 5 times, man. No volume. Damn devils, man. But hey, the Most High made a way for this word to go out, all right? This is Psalms 135, verse 6. It says, whatsoever Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai please. No, I'll read up. Yeah, Psalms 135 and 5. For I know that Yahweh is great, and that our Lord is above all gods. Whatsoever Yahweh pleased, that did he in heaven and in earth, in the seas and in all deep places, man. So the Lord is going to do what he wants, when he pleases, however he wants, whether it's in the heavens or whether it's here on earth with you mere mortals and you people and you nations and you kings, man. Remember, like I read earlier, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, and he's going to let you nations do exactly what he wants you to do, man. And you're only doing whatever the Most High wants. You're going to fulfill his will. You're going to do what he wants you to do so that all things can be fulfilled and his word can come to pass and his holy name can be magnified, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is all edifying, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem B'Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, Bishop and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings be multiplied on your brethren out there, teaching his word in all sincerity and truth. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Until the next one, shalom.